Hello everyone. Today we're making jewelry. As you can see, I've already made a few. I have some natural types with the plants, and I have some ones that look like confetti and some that look like granite. I have all kinds of different ones. And what you use is kind of up to you, but I would recommend using some paper plates, some mixing cups. You need some resin and some hardener, some measuring cups. I got some stuff from outside. There's some glitter. I have a little spoon for the glitter, and there's some foil, and I have some tweezers for those because all that stuff sticks to your hands really bad. And you don't want whatever it is to stick to your hand to get into your next project. I've got some little inks and some foil, not foil, I'm sorry, there's some iridescent powder. And at the end, we're going to attempt to make a giant Death Star because I'm a nerd and I like that stuff. I've already kind of gotten started, and I'll show you what I've done so far. This is something actually my husband taught me to do, so if you know my husband, give him props. He taught me well. Alright, let's get started. So I'm doing all my natural ones first. I've got some little dandelion seeds over here. I've got some leaves. I've got some rosemary. I found this little walnut, this thing, this weekend, and I'm going to try to put stuff in that without spilling it. I've also got this little piece of wood that I've dipped in iridescent powder and then stuck in a mold. We're going to see how that turns out. We're doing a lot of experimenting today. And let's see, what else? So first I'm going to be doing a lot of these in clear. So what I went ahead and did was I got a bigger cup and I measured out 20 mLs of resin. Everything you do is going to be a 50-50. So if it's 20 mLs of resin, it's going to be 20 mLs of hardener. And I go ahead and mix everything to the resin. Before adding the hardener. Now, for all these ones that are clear that I'm about to do, all I'm doing is I'm adding a little bit, and I mean like the dust of the dust, a little bit of iridescent white powder, just to give it some shine, and that's it. Like teeny tiny microscopic amounts. A little bit goes a long way. And I am just going to mix the crap out of it. And when I say mix it, I mean scrape the sides, scrape the bottom. If you think you've mixed enough, you haven't. Mixed for 5 more minutes. This resin and hardener has a 40-minute, 30 to 40-minute time. So, I mean, you have plenty of time to mix whatever you need to mix. See, I'm scraping the edges. I'm scraping the bottom. Turning the cup. I'm folding it in. Do not miss a single spot. Get it all. Alright, once y'all are done mixing, I'll add the hardener and show you guys. Alright guys, I've mixed the crap out of the resin with a little bit of sparkle to it. And now I'm going to add 20 mLs of hardener. Always make sure the amounts are exact. If anything, have a drop or two extra of hardener, but that's it. Don't overdo it on either one or it won't turn out. My first batch, the bottoms were hard like they're supposed to, but the tops were gooey, and then I had to throw that whole batch away. But I'm scraping the cup to get all the hardener out. And then I'm just scraping the side to get it off my popsicle stick. Make sure you keep whatever you use for resin and hardener. Make sure you keep them separate. You don't want to, for the next round, mix things with the hardener cup that you mix the resin in. It won't work very well. Your stuff won't turn out like you like. Now I am mixing. I'm going to scrape all the sides and the bottom like I did before. And like I said, if you think you've mixed enough, you have not. Go ahead and just keep on going. It's not going to hurt it to be overmixed. Alright, I'll meet y'all in about 10 minutes. Okay, I'm ready to pour, you guys. I'm going to start with these ones over here. I would go high when you pour these. The stream at the bottom will be smaller. And about halfway through, more or less, take your lighter and go over it to get as many of those bubbles as you can. Mine has a ton of bubbles in it. So do not catch your leaves on fire though. You don't want to burn your house down. And then you're gonna pour the rest of the way. If my husband saw me pouring right now, he would tell me my pour style is atrocious. And he's not wrong. I mean, you know, I'm not the best pourer ever. Get all those bubbles out. I'm trying not to cover, the top has a little silicone piece that's like a hole so you can put the string through later. I'm trying not to cover that. If you see pieces of your leaves or whatever sticking out, it's cool. You can cut them off later. No big deal. For this one, I added a little glitter at the bottom. I thought that it needed a little sparkle. Alright, I'm going to fill the one with the wood, the little dandelion, and my little walnut, and I'll meet you guys back. Alright, you guys, as you can see, I've got the natural looking ones. I had some extra, so I went ahead and made a glitter one over here, and I put some old resin shapes in this weird shape just to see how it would turn out to get rid of the resin. I accidentally spilled glitter in this one, so we're going to make this one next. I've got about 5 milliliters of resin. And for this one, I think I'm going to go with a very shimmery blue color. I'm going to do just one drop. It doesn't take much of my acrylic paint ink stuff. You can get this at Hobby Lobby. Like I said, it's better to have the alcohol kind, but this stuff works too. It's just a lot brighter and you need to use less. Next, I'm going to put a teeny tiny amount of this blue pearlescent powder. And I do mean a tiny amount, like teeny tiny amount. Probably a little more than it should have been. And then I'm going to do, I want this to be a little darker, so I'm going to do a little bit of, I have this sort of really dark silver color. This is also the color I'm going to do the Death Star, just so y'all know. But I'm going to do it, and I mean even smaller than the first time, because it does not take much to change the whole color. Tiny amount of that. Now I'm going to stir it all up. I have noticed that when I make these things, plants and stuff like that, they, you know, obviously they release bubbles, so I constantly have to take the lighter over it to get rid of the bubbles. And I also noticed that they kind of want to float upward, like my little piece of wood right here. It's already trying to float towards the surface. All these kind of float to the top, but this is the back side. So it doesn't really work for me to have it. So every now and then, stuff like that, I kind of push down. The resin pieces look like they sunk, and glitter, unless you do it in stages, the glitter seems to sink to the bottom as well. For example, this is not a very good example, but I have one, and I put glitter in it, mixed it in with the resin, thinking it was going to be all throughout, and it just ended up on the bottom, like this. So if you want it mixed throughout, we'll have to do another video to show you how to do that. But I mean, it comes out really cool. The effect that it has sitting on the bottom is really pretty. But if that's not what you're looking for, then I would not mix it in while you're stirring. Alright, and I'm continuing to scrape. It's a very pretty silvery blue color. Still a little lighter than I wanted, but I like it. I'm not going to go back and add more of the dark. Actually, you know what? I might do that. I'm going to add a little bit more. If I wanted to, I could have added some green and make it more aqua. Probably going to be too much now, but you know what? We're experimenting today, so it's all good. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted more of a silvery look to it. Scrape the edges and scrape the bottom. Do it really well. I'm going to have extra because I accidentally over poured this. It was supposed to be closer to 2.5, or not 2.5, 3 and 3 milliliters. But I think I ended up with more like 6. So this is 6 and this is 6 milliliters of hardener to match. And that's fine. I'll just make extra. I'm going to pour the hardener in. Make sure you get as much of it out of the cup as you can. Scrape the edges, scrape the bottom, move everything to the end. Then really stir those together. I usually, well, lately I've been trying to wear gloves because this stuff sticks to your hands. It takes forever to wash off. You have to use the hottest water, almost burning your skin as possible to get it off. That's why I use something. It's not so I don't want to mess my, get stuff on my counter. I don't want to get stuff on my counter, but it's because once it's up there, it's probably not going to come off. You probably need like a heat gun or something to get it off, and even then, it's just bad news to have that stuff on your countertops. You don't want this to be honest, you probably should be doing this outside. I should probably be doing this in my husband's shop or something, but it's too cold, so I'm not going to. Alrighty. It looks so pretty. I'm going to pour it in. Get rid of those bubbles. Let's pour a little bit more. Whoop. All right, that's good. Okie dokie. Alright, so I have this poor thing. It just keeps floating to the top. I have a ton of extra, so I'm probably going to just mix some random shapes, and I might put some and then the next color put half, and it'll mix together and look kind of like this, if you like stuff that are like half and half like that. I just got resin on my shirt. That's lovely. But yeah, I love this pretty like blue color. It's blue silver. It turns out really, really pretty. And so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some more. I might mix some glitter in some and powder in others and just put them together and make some random ones. But I'll come back and I will show you at the end, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do the Death Star. All right. Okay. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for. I made this super metallic-y silver color, has a ton of bubbles in it. And I put some black glitter and some red glitter because I think it's gonna, well, this is going on top, so it'll be on the bottom. It'll rise to the bottom, if that makes sense. But I think it'll have a pretty cool effect. Now, let's see. I'm gonna fill this one. It's kind of late now to really do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Get some of those bubbles out. If it has bubbles, it'll be okay. Now I gotta line this up. Very super carefully. And let's hope that this doesn't leak out the edges. Alright, I know I'm supposed to go high, but my aim is not the best. Oh, look at there! First time. Haha. Let's hope this works. This cup was not the best or the easiest to mix this stuff with. So I'm hoping I got all the edges scraped. Ooh, let's slow down. There we go. Our Death Star has been done. Alright, all this stuff, and as you can see, I did some with the green and stuff. But all these things take 24 hours to cure. So I'll be doing a revealing probably after the holidays. But I hope you guys have a great Christmas or holiday or whatever you celebrate, and I can't wait to show y'all how all this turned out. Anyway, you guys have a great day. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.